Welcome to the Caltex Theatre, a full hour of dramatic entertainment broadcast over a nationwide network of stations throughout Australia. The Caltex Theatre is brought to you by Caltex Oil, marketers of over 1,000 outstanding petroleum products, in association with Caltex dealers and distributors everywhere. Tonight in the Caltex Theatre, you will hear the delightfully amusing story of the marrying of Millie and the crazy mix-ups that occur when her not-too-bright father tries to make a good match for her. Starring in The Marrying of Millie, you will hear Owen Weingott. Your producer, Creswick Jenkinson. The Caltex Theatre presents The Marrying of Millie, Act 1.
Yes, coming, I'm coming. What kept you, Joe?
Oh, what are you talking about? I came right over. Oh, what goes on, Tony? What's the matter?
Don't make a noise. Maria's in bed and Millie's in the front room.
Oh, uh-huh. Well, what is the matter?
Joe, I'm in trouble.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
But that's why I had you come over, Joe. You've been a good friend to me for a long time.
Never mind the build-up. Just tell me.
Please, this is something I can't explain in a hurry. I have to lead up to it.
Okay. Whatever you want me to do, Tony, I do, like always. So make with the facts.
Look, I gotta start at the beginning, don't I? And don't keep interrupting me. Anybody think I was always in trouble the way you talk?
Tony.
So you're impatient, so you're a busy man.
Tony.
Well, all right. I don't need you anyway. I work out my own problems. I don't know why I call you on the phone anyway. You of all people.
Oh, look, Tony. Please excuse me being slightly impatient, but it happens to be 12 o'clock. Midnight, Tony. I've been driving the truck all day, and tomorrow I start at 7, and I gotta get some sleep.
No, you don't, Joe.
Huh?
That's just it, Joe.
Well, that's just what?
Look, you don't work tomorrow. There's something more important.
Oh, than working than earning money, or do I start working for you?
You start helping me.
Oh, tomorrow?
Yes.
I don't work?
No.
I help you?
I'm telling you, aren't I?
You are not telling me who is helping me! Okay, Tony. But how do I eat if I don't work? And how do I work if I don't eat? I can't just go around taking days off.
If you will stop yapping about your little personal details, you will see there are more important things in life than working and eating.
Oh, surprise me. What are they?
Like being generous.
Oh, you want dough? Well, this I got. How much?
Look, I do not want the money. Will you stop interrupting until I finish?
Oh, okay.
Joe, I turn to you in my hour of need. Okay, so I'm a long-winded old fool, but go along with me like the good guy I know you are, huh? Oh, Joe, you take a look around. What do you see, huh?
Oh, yeah. Your cafe, walls, ceiling, tables and chairs.
The place has been repainted.
I see. Sure, it's fine.
Hey, look at the gold work around the top of the walls, huh?
Yeah, pretty sharp.
And new tables and chairs, a floor cover, and all new.
I like a pin. So?
Hey, you like it? Huh? You like the new look in my cafe?
I like it. Can I go back to bed now?
How much you think all this cost, huh?
Oh, well, a couple of $100 maybe.
With the new furniture? 1,000. This is what it all costs.
$1,000?
Hey,
where'd you get that amount of lettuce? You ain't done nothing stupid, have you, Tony? Like knocking over a bank or something?
No, I borrowed the money.
Well, that's a lot to borrow. $1,000.
Oh, I get it back easy enough in time. Now, look, you think about that amount of money in your mind and you put it to one side. And now, let me talk about something else.
Look, wait a minute, Tony. Me, I'm just an ordinary truck driver. I don't move in $1,000 circles. You sure I'm the guy you call on the phone?
Listen, Joe, I'm in trouble. I need your advice. Now we come to the matter I spoke of. Millie.
Huh? What about Millie?
Joe, there's gonna be a marriage.
Millie getting married? Who's she going to...
Wait now. About a month ago, my daughter Millie starts getting little presents, see?
Is that so?
Hey, flowers, candy, all that stuff. And then theater tickets. Now she seems interested in this guy. And I know darn well he's interested in her.
What's he like?
Oh, he's respectable. He's got a lot of money. Very respectable. But he's as old as I am, see? Old enough to be Millie's father.
Well, that figures if he's as old as you. Who is he?
Sam Isaacs.
Huh! You're letting yourself down lightly, Tony. He must be every bit of 6 or 7 years above you. Oh, maybe 10.
Maybe.
I mean, he's ancient. Millie can't marry that guy. She'd have to carry him across the threshold.
Exactly.
Oh, heck. What's Maria say about it?
She don't say nothing about it.
Why not?
Because I don't ask her, that's why not. I'm a married a woman, not married a marriage counselor. Anyway, the parents don't come into this. Who are we to start telling Millie what to do, who to see and who not? She's 22. But I don't like this idea of her and Sam Isaacs getting together. I don't like it.
Because she's 22 and he's about 52. Oh, yeah. I know how you feel.
So you got that position in your head, right?
Sam loves Millie. Millie's interested in Sam.
Right. Now, you remember what I told you first about the cafe?
The decorating?
Yeah.
The new stuff, the floor covering.
You're getting to it, Joe.
It cost $1,000 and you borrowed $1,000.
Huh?
Oh.
Now we begin to understand each other.
It was Sam Isaacs who played moneylender.
The same.
And he's holding a hammer over your head. Ooh, the dirty,
No,
rotten.
don't get me wrong, Joe. He ain't said nothing. Hardly hinted even. Lending me $1,000, that's a favor, that's all. So I feel warm towards him. A soft glow spreads out from me, for it's a friendly, helpful act.
And while this warm feeling is keeping you cozy, he pops the question to Millie. Oh, this guy I love.
Now you take it from me. Propinquity is the word. I looked it up. Oh, he's a real smoothie, this Sam Isaacs.
Yeah, well, I tell you, Tony, I don't like this propinquin going on. What the heck is that, anyway? Oh, never mind. I don't like it any more than I like the sound of Sam Isaacs and Millie getting married. Oh, but then who am I if there's a real bond there?
Look, Joe, here I am, a bundle of screaming and jangled nerves about this thing. How would you like a man years older than you coming in for breakfast saying, "Morning, Pop, throw over the baseball scores"?
So what do we do?
Well, to me it's simple. Sam can't marry Millie if he's promised to someone else, can he? Well, how do you like that?
Oh, but he'll be suspicious, won't he?
Look, suspicious nothing. This is women, Joe. The old change the mind story. They've been doing it for thousands of years. Now, who am I to come between boy and girl?
You're coming between girl and old man.
Don't be funny and don't be difficult. Time, Joey boy, is limited. I expect Mr. Sam Isaacs here very shortly.
What for?
What do you mean, what for? To ask my permission to marry Millie, I guess. What do you think I get you all the way over here for if he wasn't coming? Don't be stupid.
Look, Tony. Once I know for sure she don't care for Isaacs, I'm with you. I'll personally drive the guy over the state line. But first, Tony, I gotta be sure.
But, Joe, listen.
Oh, I'm not kidding, Tony. I'd cut off an arm for that girl. You know that. Oh, maybe if I wasn't so stupid, I'd have married her long ago, but... Oh, well, she's out of my class.
Joe, you're too humble.
No, you gotta be realistic. I got a dirty job, Tony, driving all the time. So I'm good for. And what do I earn? A monkey in the zoo gets more peanuts than I do.
Hey, monkeys eat bananas, don't they?
So they're more sensible. Fresh fruit all the time. Well, how did we get onto this anyhow? Oh, yeah, I know. So that's why I gotta know, see? I gotta know how she really feels.
Well, look, I tell you what. She's in the kitchen. Why don't you go through and find out for yourself, huh? Sam will be here almost any time now.
Okay. Then we talk, right?
Sure.
Okay, well, I'll see Millie. This plan of yours, Tony.
Yeah?
You ain't got any funny ideas about palming Millie off with me, for instance?
Any other guy would have said palming you off with Millie.
Are you crazy?
Look, it could work out. We might pretend you and Millie was fixed up, huh? Millie don't have to come into it.
I suppose so. Only I like things the way they are, Tony. I see Millie now and again. I'm happy, get it? I don't want you messing things about.
Look, You go in and talk to her, huh? And be discreet. And you'll soon know.
Well, okay.
And then I want you to take a close look at Sam Isaacs, Joe. That'll help you to make up your mind to help me.
Yeah. I guess I won't be in here with Millie for so very long.
Okay, Joe. Okay, Sam, you can come out of hiding now.
Just as well. It's like a coffin down underneath this bar of yours. Whew. And the dust.
Did you hear everything, Sam? That's the main thing.
Sure, I heard it all.
Oh, just a minute. Just open the front door. This looks as though you just arrived in case Joe comes back soon.
You know, Tony, you are a clever man.
Oh, nice of you to say that, Sam.
Yes, very clever. You got it all worked out. Almost.
What do you mean, almost? Right now, Joe is in with Millie and they're getting the chance to make up their minds about each other, which they should have done long time ago. Now, all we gotta do is sit down and wait. All right, you sit down there, Sam, and I sit down here. And we wait for the happy announcement.
Are you awake, Millie? Millie?
Oh, it's you, Joe. How long you been here?
Oh, gee, I'm sorry I woke you up, Millie.
Oh, that's all right. I was reading. Just dropped off to sleep without realizing it. How are you, Joe?
Oh, fine. Your pop's out in the cafe. He's been...
Showing you around, I know. It's his new hobby all of a sudden. Did he show you the gold work around the top of the walls?
Yeah.
He's so proud about it, he's nearly in tears.
Well, it's a great job.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, Joe, it is good to see you. It's been ages.
A couple of weeks. I had a run down into Maryland. A load of furs.
Well, that shouldn't have kept you away so long. You have some coffee?
Oh, sure. Fine.
Oh, I shouldn't have a mirror in here. Will you just look at me? What a mess. Looks like you should have stayed in Maryland at last.
Oh, I don't know. Those Maryland chicks aren't what they made out to be.
Oh? I take it that means you've experimented.
Me, you find in the doghouse, not the hen house. Honest.
Coffee won't be long. So you had to go down to Maryland with some furs. Well, that shouldn't have taken you so long.
Oh, well, I had to deliver in Harrisburg, Penn first. Then I went through to Hagerstown. I got an aunt there.
Oh, Hagerstown, huh? I was in Hagerstown one New Year.
Is that so?
Uh-huh. Oh, Joe, it is nice seeing you again. Or have I said that before?
Yeah.
Oh, Pop still outside in the cafe?
Yeah, he's waiting for someone in there.
After midnight?
Uh-huh.
It's kind of late for callers.
I called?
Yeah, you did at that. I suppose you came round to see how the cafe was going to look.
And get a cup of coffee.
Always after a coffee handout, aren't you, Joe Kennedy?
Guess so. I like coffee.
Yeah, but you still haven't told me who Pop's waiting for. Well, don't keep me in suspense.
Well, I think your father said Sam Isaacs. Is that right?
Oh, Sam.
Yeah, I met the guy once or twice, I think.
A little on the small side. Graying hair.
About as old as your pop.
Oh, I don't know. Would you say so?
Oh, I don't know. I only met the guy a couple of times, like I say.
Mature, maybe. He's quite nice. I like him.
Uh-huh. Tony said he'd been around here quite a lot.
Oh, Pop. He's always trying to marry me off to people.
Is that a fact? What's he want to do that for?
Maybe he thinks I'm a liability.
Are you kidding? Oh, maybe he just wants to see you settled.
Uh-huh. Say, I wonder what Sam Isaacs wants, seeing Pop at this time of night.
I don't know. Business, maybe?
What, at 12:30? Oh, well, I suppose Sam has a right. You know he let Pop have the money for the cafe to be prettied up.
Yeah, your pop mentioned it. $1,000. Ooh, a lot of money, Millie.
Yeah, it was a nice gesture. Sam's been good to me, too.
So Tony was saying.
Oh, so my name's been bandied about, has it? You men.
What are you talking about, us men? To hear Father took you to think Sam and you were practically honeymooning in Niagara.
I don't like waterfalls. Joe, I told you, Pop's got an eye on the future. Since I'm his only child, he doesn't want me to be his lonely child. Oh, it sounds like the coffee's ready. I'll put the sugar in for you?
Uh-huh. 4?
Yeah, I remember.
You know, maybe your pop's right, Millie. Maybe you should get married.
Maybe. One day the right man will ask me, I guess.
Yeah, sure. It beats me why you don't have a line of characters outside your door every morning.
Are you here every morning?
No.
Then how do you know I don't have a line of characters, as you call them? Here, your coffee.
Thanks.
And maybe you should be here every morning, too.
It's good coffee.
Thanks. Oh, you might let Pop know I've made coffee, Joe. And say there's a cup for Sam if he's here.
Okay. Okay, but before I go, I think you and me should get a couple of things straightened out, Millie. You can tell me to mind my own business if you like, but I feel it's my duty to talk to you like this, so...
How much longer is Joe Kinnan going to be in the kitchen with her, Tony?
How do I know? You ought to see him and Millie together, Sam. Hey, you know, Joe is a pretty shy person underneath, you know that.
Yeah, perhaps Millie don't go for this Joe Kinnan.
Look, I know my own daughter, don't I? Sure she goes for him. 4 years they've been in love, believe me, I know.
Well, I've been married too, Tony. You think I don't know women? My first wife, rest her soul, was all woman. I could always tell what she was thinking and what she was going to say.
Well, doesn't that prove my point? Look, what are we arguing about?
But I learned one thing. Women only let you know what they want you to know.
Well, Millie's another woman. She's only a girl.
Oh, she's a woman, all right. You don't realize, Tony. Your daughter's a fully grown, lovely young woman.
Girl, woman, what the heck do I care? She's female. And there ought to be a male around somewhere that she can marry.
And you think that male is Joe Kinnan, huh?
Look, all I'm doing is giving them a better introduction to each other. With the great help of my very good friend, Sam Isaacs.
Here's the ring I told you I'd bring.
Oh, fine. This'll lend a good touch, eh? Hey, this is a good stone.
Sure, it's a good stone. What do you think I am, some kind of cheap son-in-law?
He's Joe now.
Millie sent me in to tell you there's coffee on in the kitchen.
Oh, good. Joe, you met Sam Isaacs, huh? Sam, this is Joe Kinnan.
Hello, Joe.
We've sort of seen each other. Tony tells me you helped him over the new decorating.
Oh, I just put up the money. This is helping.
1,000 is a big helping.
Oh, people got to stick together these days. There's always returns in the end, too.
Yeah. Oh, say, that's a pretty nice ring you got there, Tony.
Yeah, it belongs to Sam.
At the moment.
Yeah, no, pretty fancy. Must have set you back a bit.
Oh, it's a good stone, yes.
Yeah. Tell me, Mr. Isaacs.
Call me Sam. Everybody does.
Oh, okay, Sam. Tell me, I'm a bit stupid over money and such like. Suppose you suddenly want this 1,000 you lent to Tony.
Oh, that isn't likely to happen.
Well, you know, things do go wrong. Suppose you did.
Well, I'd have to ask Tony for it.
And that'd put you in a fix, would it not, Tony? I mean, suppose there was a sudden call.
Sure, I don't know lots of people with 1,000, and the bank have been good to me too often already. I don't have anything I could raise it on except the store.
Oh, but what's the point in raising it on the shop? You pay your debts so you got nothing to earn money with? Oh, that's a mess, ain't it?
Hey, look, stop worrying me, will you?
But as I say, Joe, it isn't likely to happen. I've saved my money over the years. I got a good tailoring business, you know. Anyway, if you enter into a gentleman's agreement with someone, you don't go back on it.
No, but you could pretend you wanted the money. It is rightfully yours.
Well, I don't see what this has to do with anything.
Well, Tony was telling me you wanted to marry his daughter.
Yes.
Or maybe I've been reading too many books, but supposing you asked him for permission, and he said no dice.
Well, that isn't likely to happen either.
No, it isn't. Not if you have lent Tony $1,000.
It seems to me that what you've just said, Joe, is a very large insult.
You know what I think, Sam? You did say I could call you Sam, didn't you? Well, Sam, I think you're a pig, that's why.
No, Joe,
wait a pig of a Sam, that's what I think, Sam. And there's only one thing stopping me from picking you up and throwing you down the street, Sam.
And what is that? Joe?
Well, Sam, you're so much older than I am, I'm afraid you might die of old age before I got you to the door. Sam!
Now, look, John, don't let's get excited.
Excited? I'm mad. This crummy tailor comes in here flashing his dough all over the place and then starts getting ideas about Millie. Well, I've just been talking to Millie and I'll murder him if he don't put that ring away for a start.
But, John, don't be like that.
I don't know how you got the sweet nerve, Sam.
I think you're misjudging me. The fact I lent Tony money and the fact I want to marry his daughter, these are unconnected things already.
Unconnected?
No. Will you two stop quarreling? I don't like either of you shouting your mouth off like this.
It don't matter what you like anymore. I don't like him. Millie ought to marry a young guy.
Like you, I suppose.
Me?
Oh, that's what we're arguing about, isn't it?
Millie don't want to marry me. Are you crazy? And don't you get off the subject. Tony, I've got a truck nearly paid for. I used your whole phone. I rang up a character I know. I got you off the hook. You'll have your 1,000, and you'll have had it in the neck, Sam.
Joe, are you out of your mind? That truck, you've been paying it off for years.
That don't make no difference. You ain't the only one who can raise $1,000 in a hurry, Sam. And there's coffee in the kitchen!
Oh, Sam, you were wonderful and marvelous. He fell for that like a sack of old beans pushed out of a fourth-floor window.
Fourth-floor window.
Hey, but I'm worried about this truck.
You should worry about other things. There's me, for instance.
You, how do you mean you?
Well, I've had a pretty rough time of it, Tony. Everybody thinks I'm dirt already.
Oh, well, I guess Joe let enough steam like that. Well, yeah, I didn't know it would work out quite the way it has.
There's things you do for friends and things you don't. And getting my name dirt is not one of them.
Yes, well, if that's how you feel, Sam, and I don't blame you one bit, well, we get Joe in here and we explain everything and we call the whole thing off, huh?
This is just what we do not do, Tony. That's the point.
Huh?
How can you tell him he was tricked, how he lost his truck for nothing? No. If I'm dirt, like I tell you, I stay dirt. If Joe thinks I want to marry Millie, okay, I want to marry Millie.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
And if he thinks I'd connect the lending of $1,000 to you and wanting to marry Millie, okay, we connect them. They are connected from now on.
Sam, are we talking the same conversation?
Certainly. Didn't you guess, Tony? All along I really wanted to marry Millie. That's why I did all these things. I really bought this ring. I'll look in tomorrow and mention the matter to Millie before you open the cafe Wednesday like you planned. I think before you open the cafe would be a good idea, don't you? Just in case. Good night, Tony.
Has Pop gone to bed?
Uh-huh, he has.
Come in. Sit down.
Yeah, just as well I like this living room of yours. I'm going to sleep here tonight. On the sofa.
Oh. Sam Isaac's gone?
Uh-huh. Crafty old. Just as well I overheard what they were up to.
So now Pop thinks you and I are all set.
I guess so. I'm just going in there to say, hi, folks, coffee time. When I hear you popping this, Sam mention my name like I told you. And so I listen, like Dumbo. Flap, flap, go the years, and suddenly it's all clear. Then, when I go in there, everybody starts acting. I pretended I'd rung up a guy and raised the 1,000 on my truck. Tony looked like he'd been biffed below the belt, and that Sam Isaacs, that sly old guy who was acting away there as if he really did want to marry her, he almost had me fooled.
Maybe you and me ought to get married, Joe.
Next joke, please.
I wasn't joking, Joe. Well, maybe I should pretend I really do want to marry Sam Isaacs.
Yeah, that's an idea.
Or... yeah, that is an idea.
What?
Haven't worked it out properly yet. I think I'll go up to my room and sleep on that. Good night, Joe.
Okay. Night, Millie. Night, Millie.
Careful, Millie, my girl. Oh. Is this Central 10100? Mr. Roger Hendrick? Well, this is Millie Vanucci. Oh, I'm glad you remember me, Roger. Oh, yes, I'm fine. Couldn't be better. Roger. Oh, no, nothing's wrong with me. I'm ringing from home and I have to speak quietly because everyone's asleep. Yes. Well, Roger, it's this. Are you free tomorrow morning to do me a very great favor?
And so the curtain falls on Act 1 of tonight's Caltex play, The Marrying of Millie.
Now, Caltex introduce Australia's first detergent action distillate. No other fuel for diesels offers the positive benefits of Caltex new detergent action distillate. Subjected to millions of miles of testing, Caltex new detergent action distillate has been proved the world's most advanced fuel for diesels.
The Caltex Theatre now presents Owen Weingott in The Marrying of Millie, Act 2.
Papa! You gonna lie in till the weekend?
All right, stop screaming, Maria, I'm coming.
Oh, that woman. Hey, you up there, Mrs. Delaney. Hey, you quit throwing your rubbish down into my backyard. What do you think I got down here, huh? The council tip? That woman. One of these days I see the pussycats feed on that woman. Hey, Papa, what's the matter with you?
All right, I told you, I'm here.
Breakfast is ready.
Sure, stop screaming, Maria.
That Mrs. Delaney upstairs, she's been throwing the garbage down again. I told her... What do you mean, yeah?
So you...
I haven't told you what I told her yet.
No, but you told her not to do it anymore, all right?
Yes, but it makes no difference. I tell her all the time. It's that lazy, no-good husband of hers. He won't take her garbage can down like he should every morning.
Oh, she's not paralyzed.
It's a man's place to help his wife.
It's a woman's place to see the homes run smoothly.
Hey, Joe stayed here last night.
Yeah, where's the coffee?
Okay. You ought to hear Joe on that Mrs. Delaney. He don't like her either.
Look, do I have to hear about the Mrs. Delaney all the time I'm eating my breakfast?
Well, I'm telling you, Tony, she's the... Joey!
Hi, Maria. Good morning, Tony.
Morning.
Here, you sit down, Joe, and eat. I got your breakfast already. There. Now, you eat up big.
Thanks, Maria.
Hey, Millie!
You clumsy!
Here, Tony. What do you do, spilling the coffee everywhere? Huh?
Maria, you raise your voice above a whisper in this house again, I beat the living daylights out of you! Screaming in my ear, scare a witch out of me. Now I'm gonna spill the coffee all over Joe.
Oh, Joe.
Take off your shirt, Joe. Maria, soak it out.
Okay.
Oh, Tony's nerves is bad. I don't know why. Jumping like a cat. But I'll have your shirt looking nice in a little while, Joe.
Yeah, thanks, Maria.
And I'm sorry I shout out.
Yeah, well, so what's the good of being sorry? Is Joe suffering first-degree burns because I spilled coffee because you got a voice like a big baby elephant.
Hi, don't you
Go
start...
on, Maria. Don't stand for it. Hit it with your trunk.
So I'm a baby elephant. So, who cares? Hey, Joe, You're getting to be a big boy now, huh? Ooh, that's what I call a chest, Tony.
Morning, all.
Good morning.
Hello.
Get your breakfast, Millie. I'm soaking out Joe's shirt.
Yeah, so I see. What happened?
Where your mother screams and I spill the coffee all over Joe.
Bad luck, Joe.
You got a noisy family, Millie.
I know. They drive me crazy. If I wasn't related to them, I'd get a law passed about them. You sleep all right, Joe?
Sure.
Hey, Millie, I just been telling Joe he's getting to be a big boy now. Huh?
Okay, Mama, that's enough of that. Oh, there's someone at the front door.
Hey, all right, I'll go.
Who is it?
How do I know who it is? I haven't gone yet.
Then hurry up.
Sit there and finish your breakfast, Papa. I'll go.
Okay.
Hey, you were all up late last night. What are you doing here, Joe?
Oh, I just came around to see how the decorating went. Oh, I didn't disturb you, did I?
Nothing disturb baby elephants when they go off to sleep.
Shut up, Maria. Joe, I want to talk to you.
Well,
Not here, inside.
oh, I'm still eating my breakfast.
This is important.
What is it?
Never mind. Joe?
Keep it hot for me, will you, Maria?
Okay.
In the living room.
Oh, what is it?
Now look, Joe, I'm in trouble.
So this is news to me. You told me last night.
I'm in the worst trouble now than I was the last night. Sam really meant it.
What are you talking about?
Joe, I'm afraid that might be Sam at the front door now. For a decision. Look, I level with you, Joe. I played a game on you, I admit it. Well, Sam and me both.
You mean all the routine last night, that was all just for the birds?
Yes, Joe, I'm sorry.
Tony, I could bust you one. What for? What's the idea?
Well, it seemed like you and Millie needed just a little encouragement.
Uh-huh.
I only tried. I thought it was a good idea.
You do a lot of thinking, don't you? Well, I'll tell you now about that idea of yours. It stinks.
Yes, Joe.
It ain't me. You know how I feel about Millie, and I'm not modest. I think maybe I am good enough for her.
No, you got some sense.
But, Tony, I think... Oh, I'd be stupid not to think she can do better for herself. Look, it's all too easy, right? She and I been seeing each other since we were kids together. And then you sent her to college, and I went to Korea. And when I came back, she... Well, growing up doesn't fit. She's got class, Tony. You can see it a mile off. She's not like the dames around this district, and she isn't putting on anything either. Airs and stuff. I tell you, here and now, Millie shouldn't have to waste her life with some simple, ordinary guy. She should have someone quite out of the ordinary. And that's what I mean.
Hey, that's a pretty long speech for a simple, ordinary guy.
Don't make jokes. You know what I mean. You should know.
Hey, where are you going?
Oh, we've finished, haven't we?
No, come back here. Why do you think I tell you the truth, huh?
I don't know. Conscience.
I never had one in my life. Now listen. Hey, wait a minute. How come you take all this so calmly anyway, me telling you what I've been up to?
Because I overheard you and Sam talking last night, that's why.
When?
Just before I came in and had the row with Sam and told him off. I enjoyed that. Oh, I'll make it up to him later.
Yeah, well, you needn't bother. You'll be wasting your time. I told you Sam was in this from the beginning, you remember?
Yeah, all that candy and flowers and stuff. Pretty elaborate routine.
Sure, I thought I was in clover. I admit it, Joe. I was to get you sewn up. But who was the real patsy? Me, that's who. Sam Isaacs was playing me for a gold carat 100% sucker, that's what. He told me last night, just before he left, he really wants to marry Millie.
Tony, you're not trying to...
I'm not trying to do anything anymore. The story I made up, it's all beginning to suddenly to come true.
You're really on the level?
I'm telling you. On the good book, I swear. So now what?
Easy. Get Millie in here and tell her everything. Then all she does is tell Sam Isaacs to go play ball in the backyard.
Easy, he says, you great knucklehead. Won't Sam have thought of all that? So what happens to my cafe?
You starve, that's what.
Look, if it's me, I don't worry, but Maria and Millie, what about them? Look, Joe, use your head, will you? For years, I sweat in other people's kitchens. For years, Maria goes out and scrubs and cleans. And in the end, we get this place. Business is good. I get this idea to smarten the place up. Big ideas, Tony, that's me. $1,000 when I got a loan at the bank already. And where do I get the dough, huh? From good old Sam Isaacs, the poor man's Santa Claus. I could throw up.
I still think you should tell Millie.
So what happens, maybe? She thinks she ought to save the family and marry the guy.
Well, that's an angle.
Besides, supposing she does tell him where to go. Even if she lets him down lightly, Sam gets the idea I crossed him up and I still lose my cafe. And he'll do it, too. You would have heard him last night, too. He was a real mean.
Oh, anyway, this is all crazy. You can't force Millie to marry anybody. Sam Isaacs couldn't expect that.
Yeah, well, Maria's father told her who she had to marry. Me.
Times change. These days, girls are allowed to marry human beings.
Oh, a wise guy, aren't you, huh? What's the good of telling me all these things? What we gotta do is to cook something up. We got to rack our brains, Joe. That's what we gotta do, and cook up something real good.
So sweet of you to come around like this, Roger. And I haven't even said how glad I am to see you.
Well, let's forget that for the moment, huh? You can thank me later. Now, what about this little plan you've got cooked up, Millie? I want to make sure I've got it right. Now, you're just doing this to get rid of this Sam Isaacs, huh?
Yes.
I mean, you're not in love with this Joe, are you?
Why? Would it make any difference?
Well, I didn't call around here just because you phoned me to say you needed help. I came around because I remembered a girl. A girl I fell in love with and then lost touch with. You had my number and you never called me.
Yes, but I told you, Roger. Oh, look.
Oh, that's all right. I'll play, I guess. Only I never fancied the role of best man. Not where you're concerned.
Maybe we ought to call the whole thing off.
Why? You mean you do love this Joe?
Whether I do or not, it doesn't mean I'm going to have you waste your time on me, Roger. Oh, look, you're sweet and I'm very fond of you, but I just don't love you. I told you a long time ago.
But I've changed, Millie. Racing around and gambling and all that. I'm not like that anymore.
I don't know that it was such a good idea calling you up.
Sure it was.
Well, with Pop owing Sam Isaacs $1,000...
You want me to pretend I'm in love with you. Then Sam Isaacs can't blame your father or this Joe or you. Yeah, it's all right. It's as clear as day to me. I tell them I love you.
Yes, but I only want you to pretend you love me.
Yeah. Pretend. But I could give you everything, Millie. Mother and Dad can move into an apartment and we could have the house.
Roger, please. Oh, please go. It was all a dreadful mistake bringing you up this morning.
Millie!
There's Pop coming now.
Okay, come here.
What are you doing?
Oh, excuse me. I thought...
Darling, for ages I've searched for you.
Roger.
Then a friend told me where you were. Oh, my darling. You don't know what this means to find you again.
Excuse me. Well, I don't know.
Roger, what do you think you're doing?
Pretending to love you.
Look, this isn't a game. I really wanted you to help me.
And that's what I'm doing. I'm doing what you told me to do.
I didn't expect you to pull me about like that.
But you want everyone to think there's something going on?
I want Sam to think. Oh, Roger. Look, you think this is a joke. Well, don't you realize the whole family's in trouble?
Well, after all, I've done everything you wanted me to. Millie says, jump, Roger. Roger jumps. And here I am now, and suddenly I'm in the wrong all over the place.
Well, you don't have to kiss me.
It's got to look convincing.
Millie, are you?
Oh, here comes someone again.
Roger,
I love you. Oh, I love you. I'll never let you go. Never.
Well, excuse me, Buster.
Yeah, you want something?
Uh-huh.
Oh!
Never just came to an end.
Joe, have you gone crazy?
Who is this cookie?
What did you do that for? I could have handled him. Oh, Roger.
Oh, I thought he was getting fresh or something.
He's a boy I knew at college, Roger Hendrick. Oh, for goodness sake, Joe, you knocked him out cold.
But, Millie, he was kissing you.
Why shouldn't he? I rang him up and asked him to come round. I wanted him to pretend to be in love with me, for Sam's sake.
You mean he was just pretending to kiss you?
Well, sort of.
What's he like when he means it?
What's it got to do with you or anyone else, whether he's pretending or whether he's serious?
From where I was, it looked like you weren't enjoying yourself.
And how would you know? You've never kissed me in your whole life. That's the way I am when people kiss me.
What do you mean? People?
Just what I say, people. dozens of people. You're not the only man in the world, Joe Kennan. You ought to find out how people feel when they kiss people before you go about hitting people.
Hey, before you go, what about Humpty Dumpty here?
Well, you knocked him down. You pick up the pieces. And maybe you better let me know before you knock my friends about next time. Then I can have black coffee already.
Say, what goes on here?
Ask him.
Yeah, well, what does go on, Joe?
Oh, he was kissing Millie, so I sort of went up to shake him by the hand, and his head got in the way.
Are you out of your mind? We gotta get him back on his feet again. Come on, boy. Come on now.
Oh, wakey, wakey.
You know this boy's old man could crucify you. Ain't you never heard of Roger Henrik?
No, I ain't.
The Roger Henrik. Well, this here's his boy. Old man Hendricks got more dollars than there are people in New York. Oh, come on now, boy. Wake up,
Well,
huh?
I told you he was messing about with your daughter, wasn't he? What do you think I was going to do? Stand up and cheer?
I saw it. Yes, I saw it. That's what threw me. It's not every day you catch your daughter getting a $20 million smooch. Hey, say, you busted him but good, didn't you?
Oh, I didn't know who he was. Millie asked him around. I told her about Sam and you cooking up things last night, and she was going to use this guy to make you and Sam look like baboons.
Hey, you didn't tell Millie about Sam's double cross.
Nearly.
Well, like I said before, she might think she's going to marry Sam just to get me off the hook, so you button up your lip.
Oh, okay. So what do we do with Roger Fort Knox Hendrick?
Bring him back to life, stupid! Oh, come on now, Roger, boy. That's a good boy, huh? You come back to life now, huh? Like a good boy.
There we are. That's got Joe's shirt looking all nice and clean again now, huh? Hey, why are you sitting there with your head in your hands and looking all sick and sad? Your papa's been meddling all his life, Millie. Don't let it get you down.
Huh.
The only person I'm surprised about is Sam Isaacs playing the fool at his age.
Oh, they ought to be taught a lesson, both of them. And that Joe...
That was the real reason you asked Roger here, wasn't it, huh? You did it to make Joe jealous, didn't you?
Well, no.
Look, I've seen this coming for a long time. You love Joe, don't you? Of course you do. I've seen the way you look at him.
Oh, what's the use? He's got these silly ideas.
What's silly? He doesn't think he's good enough for you? Oh, what's silly about that? Isn't that the reason why you love him? That's why I fell in love with your father. He didn't think he was good enough for me, and when the marriage had been all fixed up by our parents...
You mean they really did that sort of thing in those days?
What do you mean in those days? It wasn't the Middle Ages. Papa's parents, the Vanucci's and mine, have always been marrying families. The fathers and mothers always arranged the marriages. What you call Papa's meddling is part of him. It's inside him from way back to fix his daughter with the right man.
But, Mama, what about love?
Oh, love. There's so much of that in books and newspapers and the movies. Everyone talks about love. You got the wrong idea if you think people marry because they are always in love. They marry because they want to be in love. It takes years before you are really in love with a man, Millie. Before you love a man, sure. That means you try to please him and humor him and put up with him. You love even the things that irritate you about him. Yes, that is being in love. Now, Joe...
I've known Joe for years.
And you're going to know him for many years more. Your papa is seeing to that.
Oh, what is the use of talking like this? Joe's so stubborn and... Oh, my goodness. What about Roger out cold in there? And Sam Isaacs?
You take this shirt out and hang it in the yard and leave the worrying to the men. They'll work it out. Men are always the best to work out all worries. You can take that for a fact.
Oh.
He's coming round.
So he should be after all the water you insisted on throwing over him.
And if you hadn't tried to stop me like a fool, maybe then the water wouldn't have gone everywhere, particularly all over me. Oh, I'm sopping wet.
Hey, I'm drowning.
No, you're not, boy. Everything's gonna be all right.
Good morning.
Well, good morning, Sam. You're on bright and early, you old...
Joe, those wet pants, huh? Upstairs in my room, there's a pair of pants
I'm
upstairs.
staying here. I want to be in on everything.
Oh, dear. I don't know why people are always hitting me.
Perhaps someone would tell me what's going on?
Oh, how do you do? I'm Roger Hendrick, Jr.
Are you all right, Mr. Hendricks?
Oh, delicious. Delightful, I think.
Roger Hendrick Jr., eh? Well, I'm Sam Isaacs. Are you the Roger Hendrick's son?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, delighted to know you. I made a suit for your father once. Before the war.
Oh, is that a fact?
I'm Millie's father.
How do you do?
How do you do?
I guess you're Joe, huh?
Yeah.
Well, nice to have been hit by you. And now, if I may, I'd like to get a few things straight around here. Seems that we're all gathered to thrash out the business of the marrying of Millie.
That is exactly what you
Wait a
know.
minute.
Please,
You don't know
please,
Please. Now, I'm aware of all the facts involved, and I'd like to put things back on some sort of normal footing. Now, don't ask me why I'm doing this. It would take too long to explain, and I probably couldn't find a proper explanation for it anyway. Now, Tony, I understand you owe Sam Isaacs $1,000, huh?
Yes, that's right.
Very well.
A checkbook?
VENUCCI?
VNUCCI, I see.
$1,000. There we are. And that makes us level, Mr. Isaacs.
Oy vey.
And this I don't lend you, Mr. Venucci. I give it to you.
You give me?
Uh-huh, that's what I said. And now I would like to claim Millie.
Hey, wait a minute. You're all nuts. You can't buy and sell Millie with checks. I won't stand for
No,
that.
don't hit him again, Joe! No, Roger! Don't hit Joe with that table! My lovely new table! No, Joe! Don't hit Roger with that chair! It cost a fortune! All new!
Joe! Roger! Stop this. Stop it at once.
Oh, get out of here, Millie.
Joe!
Huh?
Joe! Roger, you beast! How dare you knock him out? Oh, Joe. Oh, my poor Joe.
How did you knock him out?
Oh, lucky left. Well, one thing it's done. Looks as though it's made someone reveal exactly where her love lies, huh? I guess it was worth knocking him out for that, Millie.
Oh, my poor Joe. Oh, darling Joe.
Poor old Joe. Lucky old Joe. Well, I guess I better beat it before he wakes up and makes mincemeat out of me. Bye, all.
Hey, but Roger!
Bye-bye.
Hey, but...
Let him go, Tony. Let him go and listen to me. You too, Millie.
But Joe...
Joe will be all right. I got something to say, something important.
Now what?
There's been a lot of misunderstanding all round, so I want you to listen, please.
Oh, open the window. Someone, Joe needs
All right, I will do it. Now, you listen. You too, Millie.
Huh?
You really think I meant all that about the $1,000, Tony? You didn't really think I'm this sort of person, did
No,
you?
look.
Me? At 50? Marrying Millie? Oh, that's a joke. For 30 years I suffer with one wife. What do I want another one for?
Hey, I heard what you said about Ruby and Sam Isaacs. Bless her soul. Now, you loved Ruby and you... Well, what's happened to Joey?
Never mind, Maria. I tell you later.
But he's...
Shut up, Maria! I want to hear what Sam's got to say.
Okay.
I want to talk about last night. Now, just before Joe comes in, I am sitting here facing the door to the wall. Yes? You remember, Tony?
Yeah.
It is dark. There is a light from the kitchen. What do I see? I look up suddenly and I see Joe's shadow.
Yeah? Yeah, you could have done it that.
Sure. I know he's overheard us. He knows we're up to tricks, so he plays a game too. What do? Do I tell you? What's the good of telling you? I follow through, I agree with you. But I don't play a game on Joe. What's the good of that? I play it on you, Tony.
Me?
Sure. You got to believe the story we make up has suddenly come true. So you confess to Joe, and he really does believe he's got to help you.
Yeah. Sam, you're great. That's all great.
And who's been busting up the restaurant?
Shut up. Go on, Sam.
That's all. I told you once, Tony. All I got round here is my good name and my good friends. I just want to keep both. Millie, You marry Joe, and good luck to your child. He's a bit of an ape, but a nice one. He'll make you happy. Well, now I suggest we all go to the kitchen and make coffee and ice packs. Come on, Maria.
Who busted up all the chairs and tables?
We'll get
You
new
hear
ones
what
for you.
Sam said, Millie, huh? Now you done well marry Joe, and don't you cause me no more trouble, huh? Now come out and get your husband to be an ice pack.
Will he be all right by himself?
He'll live.
If you look over here to the windows, Sleeping Beauty.
There you are, Roger. Tell me what to do and I'll do it. Oh, you were great.
You know, one of those rights of yours nearly caught me.
Oh, gee, sorry, pal.
No, it's okay. But now, whatever you do, Joe, don't let on you overheard Millie on the phone to me last night. Not until after the ceremony, anyway.
Right. I nearly flipped when she asked for you on the phone. I couldn't wait to ring you when she'd gone upstairs.
Well, how do you think I felt, hearing from a guy who saved my life and career?
The only reason I saved your life was you were needed back in base. You were the only guy with any folding money.
Money's a curse, boy. Say, who's going to be the best man for the wedding, anyway?
You just elected yourself. Oh, we'll explain it to her somehow.
Yeah, she's a great girl, Joe. You lucky mutt.
She sure is. Oh, but look, about the check you gave Tony, I can raise...
You want a real poke in the eye?
Huh?
Now, Tony keeps the check. He can use the money to buy new furniture, for he can use it for whatever he likes. And don't you forget, I get to be the best man.
You are. The best.
Uh-oh. Sounds like Millie coming back. Bye now.
Bye.
Joe,
Hiya, Millie.
what are you doing standing up so soon? Oh, your poor head.
My poor head's not all that bad.
Oh, Joe, when I saw you lying there on the floor, Oh, Joe. Love can be such a complicated thing, can't it?
Uh-huh.
Will you ask me to marry you? Please, Joe.
Will you marry me? Please, Millie?
Well, you'll have to give me a little time to think that over. I thought it over. Joe, the answer is yes. This girl knows when the right man asks the right question.
So ends our Caltex play, The Marrying of Millie. In a moment, we will give you tonight's cast and tell you about next week's presentation in the Caltex Theatre. Ladies and gentlemen, the producer of tonight's Caltex play, Creswick Jenkinson.
Thank you. The Marrying of Millie was written by David Whittaker and adapted for radio by John Crane. In the starring role you heard...
I played Tony, the father.
This was Owen Weingott. In the supporting cast, Sam was played by John Bluthell, Maria by Fifi Banvard, and Roger by Michael Cole. As Millie, you heard Lola Brooks, and as Joe, Keith Buckley.
Thank you, Mr. Jenkinson. Now, this is your compere, Rick Hutton, bidding you good night on behalf of your hosts, Caltex Oil, marketers of Caltex Super Gasoline and Caltex Gasoline, the world-famous RPM 1030 Special Motor Oil, and Marfac Lubrication.